Well, now, I want to take you back to Tuesday, June 29 this year. Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced AstraZeneca jab was being made available to anyone under the age of 40.
But the very next day, this was the response from the Queensland Chief Health Officer, Jeanette Young.
I do not want under 40s to get AstraZeneca. And wouldn't it be terrible that our first 18-year-old in Queensland who dies related to this pandemic died because of the vaccine?
And then on Monday of this week, she doubled down on that message yet again.
I said I didn't want 18-year-olds to have AstraZeneca, and I still don't.
Even now, with the risk factors?
Even now.
So what age should they get it?
60.
But yesterday, a backflip.
Anyone younger than 60 should go and talk to their own GP about what their risks are and what they should do.
So people are a little bit confused by the mixed messages, but despite the mixed messaging, Queenslanders are still doing their bit, rolling up their sleeves. More, we're joined by Tom Wilson in Kingaroy and David Palmer in Roma. Tom, you're 28 and getting the AstraZeneca jab today. Why are you doing that?
Good morning, Karl. Well, after going through the lockdown last year in Kingaroy, saw the devastating impact on the region, the communities and the families. We cannot financially go through that again. So it was an easy decision for me to get the jab, as well as I know people in the medical profession in my age who have got the AstraZeneca, so very easy decision to make.
But has the mixed messaging weighed on your decision at all? Has it made you in any way nervous?
No, not at all. See, mixed messaging coming from Jeanette Young, our Queensland Chief Health Officer, and the Federal Chief Health Officer, they're not reading from the same hymn book, and that essentially lends credence and gives ammunition to the anti-vax movement. So for any potentially new vaccine that's to come out in the next few years, the federal government's going to have a hard time selling that to the public.
I agree with that. It has certainly been preyed upon by anti-vaxxers. You obviously, Kingaroy, have you had any dramas getting hold of the vaccine and getting access to it?
Personally, for me, no. I rang up one day and they said we can get you in the next day straight away. So it was very easy for me. We've got a great system here. We've got 2 family practices that are administering the vaccine, as well as a pharmacy that's administering the vaccine now. So they're doing a fantastic job, a really great job.
Good to hear.
I want to bring in David now, who is 49 years old. David, you're a frontline worker and so you have already had your jabs, but it's a different story for your wife, Sally. Tell us about that.
That's true. As recent as 2 days ago, we contacted our local GP, who's got 3 practices in our home area, to arrange a time, a booking for either jab, Pfizer or the AstraZeneca. Each one of those practices said there's nothing available till after the 20th. So then we said, well, can we make a booking after the 20th? Can you tell us what's available? And it was, we don't have any dates for any of those clinics. We can't give you any dates for those clinics. So it's not a case that we don't want to do it or Sally doesn't want to do it. It's just the availability wasn't there. We even rang another practice in Toowoomba, and we had the very same response. It was like 2 to 3 week projection of getting in, and then they once again couldn't give you a date of when a clinic may be held to get you in there to have either vaccine.
Gee, it's a mixed bag, isn't it, right across the country? You ask one person in one street whether they can get access and they say yes, and then another person says no, we can't. Just for you, I mean, how frustrating has that process been, and when do you think you'll get it? She'll get it.
Well, it's very frustrating because my partner has her mother in aged care facilities. I've got family across the border who find it difficult to get across, or we can't get there as well.
Yeah.
And there's many other families, same position. They've got family in hospitals and aged care facilities, and their families spread around the state. And we just want to get on with things. I mean, I work in a front row role with the COVID problem. So it's just frustrating for everyone. We just want to move on.
Good on you guys. Thank you for being with us today. I appreciate it. And Dave, just before we go, that's an interesting little bathroom you've got there. It looks like you've got a speaker in there. You think of it all, don't you, in Roma?
Yeah, it is. It's very nice.
Anyway, one doesn't need...
Is that a shower as well?
Yeah,
A
yeah,
shower
it's got
head?
the shower, the towels, the peg on the...
Shower, watch the telly, kick back.
Yeah.
Classic.
Loving life. Living the dream.
Classic Queenslander.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, guys, and best of luck with it. I think that is the story across the country. You've got people who are frustrated and trying to get it, and some in some pockets who don't, and some who can't.
And then some GPs that are just chucking them out because they're going off right.
Yeah, that's true as well.